Hey everybody, Build It here. So I'm going to show you how I go about editing the videos that you see that I do on YouTube. I use After Effects. I mean, After Effects is really for doing special features inside of a video, but I use it for doing all of my editing. I know how to use it, so that's what I use. If you're really into video, you'll find that a lot of people use Adobe Premiere. I have Premiere because I have what's called the Master Collection of CS5, which is older, and in fact the After Effects I'm using is the old version, the CS5 version, and it's got a slight problem in it, but it works for everything that I do, so I really don't, I can overlook the issue. There's one plugin that's missing and I don't know why, but that's okay. It doesn't affect what I'm doing. So if I go here and I open up After Effects, you'll see this. It'll give my warning message right here that's missing this plugin, and that's okay. I don't need it. And then it's going to open up this. So I have an intro that I've already set up and it's already made up for me. This is my intro. Let me change my panel. So my panel I normally use is one that it's set up for animation. I took animation courses, so I have 3 years in a degree in animation. I have 1 more year to go, but I just didn't have the time because I do work, and the final year is basically all group work, and you have to be available during the day. And obviously, if you work a full-time job, you can't be available during the day. And so that's where I am. So let me clear one of the screens so you can kind of see things. Turn off one of my cameras. So this is, well, let me turn off the other one too, because you don't need to see me while we're doing this. Okay, so this is what After Effects looks like when you load it. So this is where your video display window is. This is your timeline right here. And in my timeline, I have my standard introductory. For some reason it's not working. How come it's not working? Oh, no, I'm not there yet. That's why. Let's see. Oh, it should be working. Oh, there it is. Okay. So if you shrink down your timeline, you do like this, with compress to where you're currently at, and you can see the things that you're not really seeing. And so these are my setups. So you come in. This is actually a video that I have a subscription to a thing called Digital Juice. I'm a lifetime member, so I get it forever. It's called a Pro membership. So Digital Juice has all these neat little effects that you can download and utilize in your videos. And so I use this one here, which is the mechanical devices, because Build It, and I figured, oh, something mechanical would fit into my name. So it comes in, they slap together, and then it comes out and it loads my name, Build It. And then it will fade away, the parts will come back in, and it'll slap it in, and then it'll come back with what we're talking about. Well, we're going to change this name right here because that is not what we're talking about, right? We're not going to do the Filament One Profi box right now. What we're going to do is we're actually going to do edit the one video that I just finished doing, which talks about a little bit about Raspberry Pi and Octoprint and about Marlin 2.0. So let's find my text right here where it says Filament 1 for January. You can see now put the little dots on here. That means I can now edit this. We go into text, and we'll change this to Raspberry Pi. And I'm going to space this over. Maybe not so much, but I can edit. I can fix all that. I can align everything and make it look pretty in a little bit. And oh, darn it. And Marlin 2.0. And like I said, I can align that better. maybe more like, no, that's too much. And then I can grab it by grabbing the hand here, and I can grab this and move it around. Oh, wrong one. Grab the arrow, grab that, and I can just move this around on the screen and get it lined up, kind of lined up with my name, and put it on the screen like that. So now we're ready with my intro. You'll see all these little diamond shapes here. Those are called keys. So this is where I will fade in and out. So what I do is, like right here on this one, if you look at it, I can go here and click on it, and that'll actually move me to that key. You'll see it's set for an opacity of 0. This is how you do a fade. So if you go to the next one, which is right here, so I just click this little arrow and move to the next one, you'll see that now that opacity is still 0, because you want it to stay 0 all the time, and then as soon as you go to turn it on, so this is my text being turned on, this is the Raspberry Pi Marlin text, so the very next keyframe after this will go to 100%, and that's how that is set up. And then it'll stay at 100% until the next key. Right here it's still at 100%, but the following key after that is back to 0. This is where I fade in my video that I'm actually going to put in. So I have all these are set to the same one, because this is all having to do with that same, all my titles. That's basically all that is. So it's just turning my titles. The solid blue, which I'm using for the background, which is right here. So I can hide all of these other ones. I only need one of them to be active so I can know where to align my actual video. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to load in our video. So we're up here to File, and then I'm going to go Import, File. And now I'm going to look for my directory where I have my Raspberry Pi and Arduino, and here it is right here. I'll click that and bring it in, and now it's loaded in here. It's right here. I can drag it down to my timeline. So click and drag down to your timeline, and it will put it in. Now you notice it's not where these guys are, and you want it to be where you're still at 100%. Right here. I want to be right in there. And then you want to go to where it goes to 0%. So you're going to do this, and that's when it will actually fade in and start doing everything that we're going to do for the video. Now I may want to take it back a little farther, because I click and turn on my start, and then I have to turn and then I address everybody. So right in here. So right about there is where I want to actually start. So now I just go back here by clicking the arrow, that way I get in the exact same spot. And you go here, you click a down arrow. There's a down arrow right here next to my video. That opens up all my setups. So transforms is what we're using, and opacity. So I'll set that to, I'll turn it on by clicking the clock, and that turns it on there. And I want it at 0 right now. So now it's at 0. There is no background video. If I move this, you won't see my video anymore, because it's at 0% opacity. Okay? Now we'll go back up here. We're going to click this one to move to the second point where the other one turned to 0. We now want this. You don't need to click the clock again. You can leave it alone. Just change this to 100. You can type it in also. You change it to 100, and now my video is at 100%. So then what will happen is it's called a crossfade. So it's going to fade from this one going darker and darker and darker, while the other one is getting brighter and brighter and brighter, until we're at 100%. And that's the entire method of how you do a fade, a crossfade. Then we'll go out here to find the end of my video, which is much longer than this is. These are my ending points for my end titles. If you go here, you can't see it. There it is. Thank you for watching. So that's where it fades in and out. I will have to move all that. So these two right here are going to disappear. So I will go here and I'll go click that one, and I'll delete that. And then I'm going to click the next one. I'm going to delete that one. Oops, I'm on the wrong timeline. I deleted the wrong. No, I deleted the right one. Never mind. So, and you can see I also have the titles came on. But that's not as important because this is an empty layer. I don't know why I have it there. I'm going to delete that layer. Here's my thank you for watching. And there should be somewhere some... Oh, I have it turned off. I can't see it. Bring that back down here. And there's my 2 points. But I can drag this one because this is only my end title. So I can drag it and move it wherever I want. Now obviously this video is longer than my current timeline. So in order to change my timeline, you go up here to composition and you go to settings, and right down here is how many I have set for 7 minutes right now. I'm going to change it to 17 minutes and see if that gives me enough to get my whole video in here. So no, it's longer than 17 minutes. Then you just keep going until you get it. So usually what I do is I'll set it to something much longer. So let's set it for 27 minutes and see if that gives me enough. No, so 27 minutes is still not. Well, I talk longer than I think I do. You don't realize how long you're talking sometimes when you're doing this stuff. I thought it was really. I thought it was much shorter than that. I thought it was maybe 15, maybe 20 minutes. Now I'm at 37. There we go. So there was the end of the video. Yep. I can drag this until I get to the end of my video right here. And then I know where I'm at. And what I can do is I can widen this out so I can give myself more room to see things until I see my end credit here. And I'll drag that down into my end down here. And then where my blue is, my background. Did I delete it? I must have accidentally deleted my background because I don't see it here now. That's not good. Where is my background? Right there. I deleted my blue solid layer. I didn't want that. I'll delete this layer so it's gone. I was trying to get rid of my time markers and it was getting rid of my got rid of my video instead. Okay, sorry about that. Let's go back here to my settings, the composition settings. We're going to go to 37 minutes now because we know that's plenty long. And we'll drag this out here to the end of the video, yes. What we'll do is we'll actually go in and we'll set that to be kind of the end. We're going to do a little bit longer than that. Why do I go longer? Because I'm going to have my end credits set up here at the end of the video. And my blue line here, I just grab the end of this, I can extend it. So I can make that blue background last as long as I want. And then I'll go and find my, continue dragging this out to find the end credit, which is right here. And I'll drag that to the end down here. And then I'm going to shrink my timeline back so that I can see where my keys are. You can shorten this from both ends to kind of keep things centered. You want to see these two keys for the fade. So this is where it's going to fade in and out. May not be that. Oh, did I delete that far back? Oh, I was trying to delete the key and I didn't delete the key. That's what's going on. I got to find where its keys are again for the solid blue. Where is my end? Oh, I didn't get it down. Down arrow. Come on. Transform. It's right here, my opacity settings. It's still at 100%. Where is it? What it should have done was right in here. It fades to 0. Right? Goes all the way until we find my next set of keys, which puts it back to 100%, which I need to remove those keys. Right there. I did it the wrong way, so you just do this to delete it. Okay, that one, and just click that and delete that one. So now those keys are gone. So now I'm not be affected by my blue screen anymore. Now we drag this to the end, where my actual end of my video is, and where my actual titles will come in. So I want to figure out where, oh, why is that still on? That should not be on. Oh, I had another spot. Okay. There. Alright, so that got rid of that. Right? Now you can go all the way to the end again. And now you can see my video in the background here. So what we want to do is my video ends there. I actually want to go back farther, right, so I'm not in the screen. Because what I'm doing, when I'm bent over like this, I'm going over to turn off, and I'm looking around a printer that I have sitting here on my desk to see where the stop recording button is. So you don't need to see me do that. So right in here is where I say build it out. And so right in here is where I want it to end. Right, so that's where I really want it to end. I can drag this now back to there and set that as my beginning of the fade for my credits, for my thank you for watching, right? And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to use that. I'm going to click on the little arrow to get it right at the right point here, and I'll go to my blue background here, and I'm going to put one there. It's at 0% right now, and that's what it should be. And I'm going to click my arrow, and I'm going to go down here to the other one, to my two that I'm working on. So I'm actually going to go here, and I'm going to set that one with another key. This is where I'm going to fade out my video down here, and here's where I'm going to fade in my background and my thank you for watching. Okay, so that's what's going on there. And then I'll click this one and move it to the second point, where everything needs to be at 100%. So then this one needs to be at 100%, and then this one needs to be at 0. And automatically, you notice it automatically put the key in when I typed in the numbers here. So now it'll go like that. The video will be on. It will fade out, fade in, and that will be that. That's because that ends. And I can drag this out farther for that too. And then I can have a little bit longer credit. I can go out here to, I'm going to put it at the 18 second on there. So it's 32, 17, 56. So now you go into the composition settings, and you can go in and set the settings here and set that time to match what you just have, which is 32, 17, call it 18 because that's what I was actually trying to set for. I just got close. You set it to 0, 0. And then say OK, and that will shorten the timeline to that point. Supposed to have. Why didn't it? Composition settings. Oh, I put 33, not 32. That's why. Okay. So that shortened the whole thing, and now it's all set. That's it. That's really all there is to my editing of my videos. Now I could probably do more work. I could actually shoot things as scenes and get everything, you know, but it's like there's only so much time in my days available for me to do stuff, so I don't have time to keep making individual scenes and shoot this scene and go, oh, I screwed that up. Let me run that scene, do that scene again, you know, and do it till I get it perfect. You know, I don't do that. You're gonna what you see in my videos is what you get. You know. So now we're ready to actually render this whole thing and make it into a completed video. And the way you do that, you go to back up here to composition and you say add to render queue. And then you go, I have other videos that I rendered before and they're still saved in here. I don't know how to delete those. I have to figure out how to do that. That's okay. It doesn't matter. Right now we're set for best settings. You go down here where it says lossless and you click on lossless. And then you choose They're not set to make AVI format. That's not what we want. We want H.264. That's the normal stuff for streaming for web videos and stuff like that. And that will actually create an Apple compatible type of file format. MP4, I believe, is what it makes. And so once we got that, you got to turn on your audio, otherwise you will not have any sound on your video. And that's all you do there. Then you go over here, it says output 2, you click on this, and this is where you'll actually name your file. So we're going to go to the same directory that we're working in right now, which is Raspberry Pi and Arduino, and that's where the directory will save it, and then we'll rename this to BRIEF brief. Is that right? The BREIF. Good question. I always forget. I before E except after C. Yeah, the BRIEF should be correct. I can look at Word. I can type it in on Word just to verify. Yeah. Okay, so brief Octoprint. No, call it Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi and Marlin 2.0 underscore O, because they don't, you can't put another decimal point in. 2.0 introduction. CTION. Okay, and then say save. And that makes the name of the file. And then you just go up here, you click the render button, and that's it. Now it's rendering the file. You can see right here the numbers are changing as it's going through and rendering the video. It has an estimated 1 hour 3 minutes remaining, an estimated 1 hour remaining. It's been 20 seconds so far, and it'll keep counting down and you know, counting up here and counting down here till it's done. And so that's all there is to how I edit. You know, it was, you know, I set up all that introductory part of it a long time ago, so I don't have to keep going back and redoing it. So I just saved that as intro, and now I'll just go in, and I'll save this as no, won't do it now. I'll let it finish. But what I'll do at the end, I'll save this, and I'll save it into the same directory, and save the AEP with the name of Raspberry Pi and Arduino. That way, if I ever need to go back and edit this for whatever reason, I can go back in and use this setup all over again, just the way it is. And that's pretty much it for how I do my video editing for my YouTube videos. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, everybody. I hope that was helpful. Hope you enjoyed that. That's pretty much all I do. That's how I do my video editing. Yes, I could put Premiere on here. It's part of my master collection. I may even have it in my selections of software programs, but I just don't use it because I'm not real familiar with it. I am familiar with using let's see if it's under Adobe or something like that. Right in here. So you see right there, that's Premiere Rush. That's not Premiere. That's not the latest. Let's see, under here maybe. Nope, not there either. This is all the new stuff. This comes with, I have the photo suite now that I pay a monthly subscription for. It's fairly reasonable. It's $9 a month, $9.99, $10 a month, which gives me, you know, Adobe Photoshop, Photoshop CC, which I don't know why it keeps the old versions. So I got Photoshop 2020, CC 2020, or 2018, CC 2019, Lightroom, Rush. So those all come with this. So I'm not sure where my master collection stuff is at. Let me see if it says it on here. where it's at. Nope, not tell me in there. Okay. So I don't know where it's at, but there should be a folder in here for my Adobe Master Collection, and that's where it'll actually have Premiere in there for Premiere CS5. I don't know where it is right now. Sorry. All right, here, Master Collection. So in the Master Collection right there, you see there's Contribute and all these other programs. These are all part of the Master Collection. Photoshop CS5, Premiere Pro CS5. So this was what they call a perpetual license. In other words, my license for that is good forever, which is why I still use After Effects and stuff like that. Obviously there's a plugin missing. That's because probably when I upgraded from Windows 7 to Windows 10, it probably changed something and it lost that file for whatever reason. But that's okay. Like I said, it doesn't seem to affect what I'm doing. So yeah. So that's everything for me. Build it out. Have a great day. Hope you enjoyed that little quick tutorial on how I edit my videos. Have a great day.